yeah, you've got 2 hammers on this build. Yes, you can only swap while out of combat. You cannot use 2 weapons on an engineer in combat. The reason we do this, though, is because one has bloodlust and force, and the other weapon has fire and force. So generally you'll use the hammer with bloodlust for the first engagement until you have 25 stacks of bloodlust, and then you can swap to the second one, which will give you more damage. So that's why we have 2. Pretty simple. Other than that, the build's basically the same as our power scrapper build. I'm going to break it down in a few different combos, because that's essentially what you have here. Is you've got a few different weapon combos that you have, and you don't want to just be spamming buttons. So I'm going to start off with the hammer combo first. So this is the exact same as power scrapper. So you start off with hammer 5, hammer 3 to get in, hammer 2, hammer 4. That's literally it. It does a bunch of damage. You can get all of those skills off inside of the number 5. Okay, so hammer combo, and then you just kind of build on the combo. So after you do your hammer combo, then I do what I call the F skills combo, which essentially you just face roll your F skills minus F1. So you'll go in, you'll do your hammer combo, and then after that, so hammer 5, 3, 2, 4, and then I'll do F2, F3, F4, F5, which will refresh your F skills, and then you can do F2, F3, and F4 again. That's a pretty big burst right there. So that's the first 2 parts of the burst. So you got the hammer combo and then the F combo. So yeah, that's 2 of the combos right there. So you got the hammer combo, you got the F skills combo. Then just like power scrapper, you also have your flamethrower combo. So you go into flamethrower, and you're gonna do your flamethrower 4 and 2 in your feet. And the reason you do that is because 4 is a fire field, and 2 is a blast finisher, and it is also an explosion. So that explosion will proc your explosive temper and give you more stacks of explosive temper. Number 4 is will also give you quickness, so you can get the number 5 skill off faster because it has a 2¼ second cast time, which is pretty long. So the combo here is 4, 2 in your feet, and then 5. I do not use 3 unless we need a lot of extra CC, because 3 is a knockback, as you can see right here, and that is bad because if we just pulled enemies into us, you just saved their lives by knocking them out of our damage. So that's why knockbacks are bad. But yeah, that's the basic combo right there. Flamethrower is probably, if things are on cooldown and you're waiting for your burst combos to be back up again, whether it be hammer, whether it be flamethrower, your F skills, whatever it is, I'm generally in flamethrower just spamming 1. This is pretty much the only skill that I will spam 1 with on this class. And that's just while you're waiting for things to be off cooldown again, because as you can see here, it does a good bit of damage. It also has like 400 something range. It's got really good range. It's pretty much the only ranged thing you have on here other than Thunderclap on your hammer. And it'll also go through like gates and structures and shit, so you can burn people. One thing to note about the flamethrower though is it does not work very well vertically going downwards. I don't know why. It works better if you're looking up and you have an enemy targeted, it'll hit on stairs or something like that. But if you're on top of the stairs aiming down, that shit will just go over their heads and it won't hit them. So that's one thing to note about the flamethrower. So you can do acid bomb 4, weapon swap cancel 9 and 0, and it'll pull all the enemies into your damage. And then I'll just normally swap back to flamethrower and fill in those gaps with the flamethrower 1. But so opener is gonna be hammer combo 5, 3, 2, 4. F skills combo F2, F3, F4, F5, F2, F3, F4. I'm going to do my flamethrower combo 4, 2, 5, and Elixer Gun 4, 9, and 0. I'll swap out of Elixir Gun, go into Flamethrower, and spam Flamethrower 1 probably like 2 or 3 times. The way I tell is when the 4 is almost off cooldown and my F skills are almost off cooldown. So now I can swap back to hammer combo again. F skills are off cooldown, but the F5 is still on cooldown, as you can see, like we talked about earlier. So now I can do the F2, F3, F4. Those are on cooldown. Elixir Gun is going to be off cooldown, so I'll just go ahead and swap into that and drop an Elixir Gun 4. And then I'll go back into Flamethrower and do the Flamethrower combo again. And now pretty much everything's going to be on cooldown again. Spamming Flamethrower 1. You can see all of the F skills are about to be off cooldown, so Flamethrower 1 a few more times. And I'm going to swap back into the hammer. Everything's off cooldown there. Hammer combo again. Now F skills combo is ready again. F2, F3, F4, F5, F2, F3, F4. Now, Flamethrower is going to be ready again soon. I did it a little bit early. Flaw 5's got a little bit of a cooldown, but that's okay. It's ready. Use the 5. Go back into Elixir Gun, dropping Elixir Gun, weapon swap, cancel 9, 0. And that's pretty much the whole rotation. I did it a couple times right there. It shifts a little bit just because of your F skills, but that's pretty much the entire rotation.